Glory be to God. It's November 15th, 2023. I wanted to put this video out before you continue to watch the video that you're watching right now. The videos that you're about to witness is past videos that I'm just now releasing to everyone. This was part of my purpose, part of God's will, to expose the enemy, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, to expose the enemy. This is a learning video. The videos that I put out is not to disrespect my wife. It's not to embarrass her, because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. I've been through this journey of spiritual warfare for a reason. And I hope everybody looks at these videos with a spiritual eye and a spiritual mind. And if you don't know the Word of God, get into it, read it, have a better understanding, and then come back and look at these videos. My videos, they all will have dates on the videos, so you can watch them in order. It's a reason why you have to watch them in order. You're going to see me grow in these videos. You're going to see how God maneuvered and changed things in my life in these videos. These videos is for everybody out there that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, but don't have no answers. Well, in these videos, I'm going to show you what spiritual warfare looks like. I'm going to show you how to fight and know the strategies of the enemy, like the Bible tells us. Why they do what they do. Trust me, I searched all over YouTube for the last 8 years, and I haven't came across nobody that's really had video evidence of demonic demons controlling people that they love, or somebody explaining through their experience on live of what just took place and why it's happening. I need y'all to go back and watch my testimony series so you can have a better understanding of who I am, and watch these videos in order. I will put the dates on them, and my thumbnails will be color coordinated for the years from the time I started until today, and what changed and how did it change, because it's different type of demons that control, and they all do something different, and I'm gonna break every single one of them down on how they do and what you have to do to fight it based off God's word. I thank y'all. I love y'all. And just know I did this for y'all. I did this for y'all. I love y'all. I don't even know y'all, but I love y'all. I love it. I love each and every one of y'all, because this was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than my wife. It was for y'all. This is what God wanted me to do. Enjoy the video.
It's October 29th, 2024. So I went to court today. And this was for visitation and child support, custody. We both don't have no attorneys. But the judge was gonna have me pay about $1,300 in child support, even though I'm paying $200 in child support with somebody else. So, you know, the child support system something's wrong with it, because the guys is always having to pay, even though they're not the ones that's want to be single. Like, you would think if whoever's deciding to divorce should be the one, like, I don't know, it just didn't make sense. You're pretty much taking 60% of my paycheck for the month. Like, how is a person supposed to survive once he pays rent? But hey, it is what it is. But they eventually, I did speak up, and this is the whole thing. She could speak up and say things. She could take this restraining order off if she wants to, but she's being used by the enemy. When I thought she was about to speak up and talk about the arrangement that we had, she brought up about getting a divorce. She didn't bring up child support. She didn't bring up taking the restraining order off the kids or anything. Now, I missed our last mediation before we had to go to the judge. So now our next mediation is December 4th. But now I just have to really give God, I have to give it all to God. So I deleted my social media accounts out of my phone, my Facebooks, my Instagram. I'm not doing nothing on there but looking at stuff that I should not be looking at. You know, when it shows women showing butt, I'm not like I'm searching for it. It just pops up. And I'm looking at stuff that just will make me upset with what goes on in this world. A lot of foolishness. But I took those off, and I told God, you know, I messaged my wife through this Talking Parents app, because, you know, this whole keeping me blocked, keeping me like I'm a monster, like I done did something to her, like I'm tired. We ended up leaving from court, and I was able to talk to her for about 2 minutes on the corner, which she pretty much said that I abused her. And she hates me and ran in her car. But I'm like, when I went to jail the first time, you bailed me out. Well, I didn't want you to lose your job. See, this is the lies of the enemy. So you bailed me out. Afterwards, we done went on dates, made love, and everything else. And it was nothing, never saying that I abused her. It's not until I caught her cheating, it's, oh, I'm an abuser, because I abused everybody in my past. It's, oh, I'm posting these videos and these fake feelings that she haven't told me about. But my thing is, well, if I abused you, you know, she's like, oh, you don't remember what happened? You choked me in the bathroom. I never choked my wife. She tried to bite me, and I was pulling away. Next thing you know, I'm holding her on the ground, like in a bear hug. She's telling me to let go. I let go. She gets up. She falls in the tub. I help her out the tub. And that was it. I don't recall me choking her. Because I'm like, okay, so I followed. She's trying to make it seem like me following her into the bathroom when I told her, when she told me that she was going to the bathroom, I said, okay, I'm going to go with you. She never once said, no, don't come in. No. I said, I'm going to go with you. We're going to continue this conversation because we done talked before. This whole time, and this had to do with her trying to start arguments with my son. And now she's making it seem like I chose my son over her. It's a lot of lies. A lot of lies, people. A lot of lies. I never chose my son. So I said, I chose my son, who I don't even talk to, over you that haven't been talking to me. It can't go both ways. I didn't choose my wife. Like, I chose my wife, so now my son don't talk to me. But I chose my son, so my wife don't talk to me. Like, it can't go both ways, people. It can't go both ways. But this is what she's saying. That I chose my son. Even though when I try to tell her, no, the reason of the conversation that morning was to tell you, hey, he's leaving at the end of the month. All this trying to start confusion and drama every time you come home to get him out the house, he didn't have nowhere to go. You got to give him some time to move. Period. Even if the cops came, they would have not made him get out. But we was going to give him at least to the end of the month. Like, this is conversations that I try to have with her that's logical, and she don't want to listen because it's enemy driven. So it's all these excuses that don't make no sense. Now I choked you. I said, so we walked in the bathroom and I just instantly just started choking you because you wanted to kick my son out. Are you serious? Is that what the enemy, like, I wanted to say, is that what the enemy is putting in your mind? Think about it. So we was in the middle of a conversation. I just said, heck with it. We went in the bathroom and I choked you up. Is that what we did? That's what happened, right? There was nothing else that took place. We walked in the bathroom, and since you wanted to put my son out, I choked you. That don't even make sense. It don't even make sense with me saying it to y'all. But I had to just tell God, I submit to you. I'm not gonna get involved, and I'm not gonna talk to my wife. Now, I got a couple of my daughters had some birthdays. They turning 4 and 5 in November. I may not be there for my oldest daughter's 5th birthday. That means a whole lot. That's a monumental birthday. 5 years old is monumental. And I may not be there, but I got to do it. I told her I won't talk to her. I won't see her until November 4th. I haven't seen my kids in 3 weeks. Now all of a sudden she wants to tell me that, oh, I'll get someone to let you see your kids. We shouldn't even be doing these monitor visits. I'm not no monster. I'm not crazy. I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat to those kids to be monitored by someone. All you have to do is just take the restraining order off. But this enemy's trying to play this defense, the spirit of division. But I got to show the enemy, you can use my kids against me. It ain't going to work. I'll see my kids again. I done seen my kids before. Everything you're trying to do, you done did to me before in the past. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to allow you to hold stuff over my head that took place in my past 25 years ago. I'm not going to allow you to do that. Not with these 2 girls. These 2 girls didn't ask to be raised in a separate home. I didn't ask for my girls to be raised in a separate home, and my wife did not want my kids to be raised in a separate home. But that's what the enemy's trying to do. So I got to give it to God and have this faith that God is going to do what's needed without me seeing what's going on. Like I spoke about it this morning before court. I can't see what's happening. I can't worry. I just got to know God is going to take care of my girls. He's going to protect them. And he's going to do whatever he needs to do with my wife. Then he told me to talk to the mutual friend and tell her, don't get involved with Coretta. Don't get involved. Because you know she's a believer, supposedly, but she knows everything that Coretta's doing is not of God. So if you're going to have relationships, you can't have relationships with people that don't live a godly life. I don't care if they're your best friends. I don't care if they're your brothers, your sisters. You got to make a choice. You got to love them from a distance. So I told her, it ain't me making a threat. This is what God is wanting me to tell you. So we'll see what she does. See, because my wife want to use this mutual person to have me see the kids. But I'm not even supposed to be, I should not even be having monitor visits like I'm some type of monster or some type of threat that I got to be monitored to watch my children. So, like I said, this fight, it's not even mine no more. I told my wife, I'll see her on the 4th. And I know when we get back on the 4th, the enemy's going to try to use the child support and raise it up to what it was, as long as I make my payments, $600 a month, like we agreed. Then there's no reason for her to ask for more money. So, but that's what I know the play's gonna try to be. And if they do raise it up for whatever reason, even though I'm showing that I'm paying the $600, then I will just have to deal with it. God will make a way once again, like he always do. He'll make a way. So he'll make things right. I got to show the enemy the child support ain't hurting me. You trying to keep my kids away from me is not hurting me. These monitor visits is not hurting me. Everything you're trying to do is not to try to hurt me. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And on top of that, don't communicate with my wife. Don't talk to her. If she says I could come over and see the baby for their birthdays, nope. Is the restraining order off? If the restraining order ain't off, then I'm not coming. Thanksgiving gonna come. I may have to spend Thanksgiving by myself. Even if she says you could come over for Thanksgiving. Is the restraining order off? Nope. And I'm not worried about it. I'll see you when I see you on the 4th. And I'll stick to it. They can't force me to see my girls, even though I want to see my girls. They can't force me. But I got to stay strong and put God first and submit to him and do what he wants me to do. And he wants me to have faith, then I need to have faith that he's going to do what he promised me, what he's going to do. I need to have faith. And that's it. Make this quick little video. I love y'all, and I'm out. The reason why I got to stay away from my kids and Coretta, it's kind of like Abraham when he had to sacrifice his son. I got to show God that I have faith in him, that he's going to do what's needed in my situation. And what's needed is for me to pull myself all the way back even if it means not seeing my kids, even during times where I would love to see my kids and spend time with them. I gotta stay strong. Like I said, my wife, she could take that restraining order off anytime. And my oldest daughter's birthday is a couple days before Thanksgiving. So, you know, my wife made it seem like, why are you so upset? Why are you so mad? The child support is like, it's not about the child support. I didn't ask to be divorced. I didn't ask to raise these kids in two separate homes. This is not what I asked for. And this is not of God. And this is not what she asked for. But like I said, this ain't of God. God, this is not God's will. This is not for somebody that he chose to do his will to be divorced and raise kids outside the home. He didn't plan this. He didn't plan this. This ain't what God wanted. And this is not part of his will. But I got to show God that I have faith that he's going to make things right. And I just got to give it all to God. So yes, I may have to sacrifice this in my oldest daughter's 5th birthday. It ain't like I ain't never missed birthdays before with my other kids. But I'm gonna do what's needed, and I'm gonna do what the Lord wants me to do.